wheelbarrow and bring it out to the shed where you could use it later.
Yeah, that's what we're doing with our mimosas. We're out here, we're slinging pod, and all you're doing is consuming like an animal.
Consuming pod.
Yeah.
We're slinging pod.
I feel like we're trying to red pill our audience. You know what that means?
No.
It's like this whole philosophy of dating where you're like mean to the person to get them to want you more.
Yeah.
We do that to them.
Do that.
Sounds right.
We say, you dirty audience.
I know, yeah.
I hate them.
Really?
They don't do anything for me.
It's kind of true.
Who do we know that listens to us that gives us a thing? Actually, Kevin.
Yeah, no, Kevin's great.
Made our logo. And
Leah gave me some wine last night.
Before the podcast?
I mean...
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We've got a couple Instagram shout-outs from people.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's true. On their stories.
Yeah.
You know what? Just rate us on iTunes and I'll be happy.
All right, let's give the people what they want.
Okay, the reason that you came to this podcast and the reason that we're here is to debate something. And the reason that we're here is to debate something. And the reason that we're here is to debate something. And the reason that we're here is to debate something. So today I'm the debate leader, and what I'm going to do is pose a topic to my fellow masters, and they're going to hash it out. Mistress and master, and they're going to hash it out, and they've never heard the topic before. And
mistress. I'm thinking of masculine, a mistress.
I gotta be careful slinging the title of mistress.
Yeah, Anna is our mistress.
Yeah.
Is Nick and I's mistresses. And
mistresses. Mistresses.
And we're her mistress.
Yeah. It's boy 1 and boy 2.
Boy A.
And boy
I prefer
one.
boy A.
Boy A and boy 1. Okay, everyone's happy.
Exactly. And A is first in A1 steak sauce, so I'm technically first. Okay, so I'm going to propose the topic. They've never heard it before. They have to debate it off the top of their heads. And they get the opportunity to invoke a statistic to reinforce their points, and that statistic is beyond the shadow of a doubt.
I'm so ready to argue. Like, things have been too peaceful.
Yeah, we've had
been
too
too
much
nice.
peace, huh?
Yeah. I
Okay.
want some fire.
Then let's get to it.
It's boogie.
Okay, the topic is as follows. Are birds really happy? Like, are they that happy?
Oh, man.
Like, are they living good lives? Are they enjoying themselves?
Yeah.
Wow, what a topic that what an issue that plagues our generation.
Think about the life of a bird.
That is sensible.
Right.
That is sensible and timely.
Yeah.
Aww.
So, any clarifying questions before I assign your
Are
sides?
birds really happy?
Are
It's
they
just
happy?
yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going for just like a common understanding of happiness, right? We're not going to get into the nuance of what makes happy.
What is
happy.
And also just like the common understanding of a bird.
Yeah.
We're not talking like...
We're not talking like a British, like, angry mother. Like, oh, that bird over there just
That
keeps quacking.
Roy.
Roy.
We're not talking about those birds. We're talking about just the birds out there on that
Just
tree.
a tweet,
Yeah.
twiddledum.
Yes.
Okay. Are we talking about like birds of prey? Yeah,
Sure.
They're birds. Okay.
Anything with
Raptors.
any avian species.
Okay.
Flightless birds.
Yeah. I mean,
Aw.
you could throw them into the mix, I guess.
I feel like, I mean, yeah.
But we're talking
bird.
about the typical tweeter.
Okay, got it.
Typical tweeter. Here we go. Anna, you don't think birds have it that great.
No. Okay.
Nick, the life of a bird is splendid.
Okay.
They're really happy.
Yeah, they're feeling great, feeling live.
Go ahead with your argument then.
All right. Here's what I think. I think that birds are, not only are they happy, I think they're among the happiest creatures that we have. All right.
We have them.
We have dominion over the earth and creation.
Uh-huh.
All right. We could agree on that. We were given the purpose.
Cheers to that,
Cheers to that.
boys.
Given
Yeah, we can do whatever the hell we want.
We were told to come and to take creation, subdue it, destroy it, and distribute it to the richest.
Right.
We've done that so well.
Its
Yeah.
resources are just so nice.
Yeah.
I love
me
trampling
to
on
have.
the
We
resources.
take.
Keep going.
I think birds are happy because I think one of the best things about being a bird is that you don't have traffic.
Wow.
In the avian world,
man, I hate
they
that.
get to go up, down, left, right, inside, outside. They could go wherever they want at any moment, and they're really good at doing it together. Sometimes I think about cars, and I think if everybody just drove the same speed at the same time right now, and people quit weaving and bobbing in and out, and quit flipping each other the bird, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because they're saying like, hey, if we were all birds, we'd be happier. I'm
That's
sticking
what
out
they're
my
saying.
finger. That's what they're saying.
That's what that means in sign language.
They're like, be a bird.
Be a
Right?
bird.
Be a bird. Because have you ever watched a cloud of swallows and they're going straight and then suddenly they're like, everybody go left now!
Yeah.
And they all go left
Yeah.
really quick. there's no traffic. They get to where they want to be when they want to be. Additionally, you ever hear about the phrase snowbirds? It's old people in the Midwest that have enough money to go south for the winter, like birds do.
Right.
And so birds never have to deal with the traffic or winter traffic or just winter in general. They just get to where it's warm and fun, and they just do it.
They do migrate.
They migrate, and then they do one another.
So migrating is like traveling.
Yeah, they are well-traveled, and happy people travel. Happy, wealthy people travel.
Yeah, and I like the traffic thing as well because... what's worse than traffic? Bumper to bumper. I live in my car.
Yeah, you're sitting in your car and you have on Audie Cornish on NPR.
Right, back to that.
And she's talking about what's going on in France and what's going on in England, and you're thinking to yourself, "It's so hot in here. Why can't I afford to pay for a new air compressor for my AC?
But you
and
can't.
How come my car is so old that everything rattles like it's just a giant jar of pennies?
Yeah.
Why does my car rattle so much?
Why is my car a jar of pennies? Is a question that...
Why am I driving pennies?
Why am I driving around?
I have to
this
collect
chain?
all these pennies in here because I'm so poor.
And why is there so much? Why am I?
And
so
that is
chained?
why birds are so happy.
Yeah, they don't have jars of pennies in their Subaru.
Right.
What do birds use as their currency?
Seeds.
Seeds,
Really?
sunflowers.
That's an easy
Poppies.
answer.
Thanks. Okay,
Yeah.
that was helpful for
That's all you
me.
needed.
Wow. Okay, birds are very, very happy because they don't have pennies.
Yeah, that's where I'd land. Like a bird on a roof.
Wow.
Okay, so far so good. Anna?
Cool. I'm really glad that you've taken you see the glass half full because I unfortunately know that the glass is half empty. Birds
Maybe
are
it's a quarter of each.
wow, and it's
Well, how-
diluted
wait,
into a
wait.
mixture.
So the liquid itself is full of half.
There's half that's filling and half that's emptying, so it's at a stasis.
It's a digestif and an aperitif.
It's like a four. It's like a four loco.
It's a Four Loko.
It is a four loco.
The glass half empty, half full debate is settled by. It's just a four loco.
Birds are four locos.
Birds actually are miserable. Okay.
Oh come on, tell me.
Well, four locos are illegal, so they're illegal.
Birds are illegal and unhappy. Okay, birds are miserable. Okay, the reason that I know birds are miserable is because they actually. I mean, you're saying that they don't have pennies, they don't have to sit in traffic. That's great, but birds actually only have one mode of transportation. Have you ever watched a bird run?
Yeah, they suck.
Have you
at
watched it like scoot and wiggle? It
They
cannot.
suck. They
It's
suck
bad.
at moving.
Yeah.
Birds suck at moving. They're bad at. They can fly. They got that down. I'm gonna let them have that.
And not even all of them.
And honestly, not even all of them.
Chickens can fly, but they suck at that.
They're
too.
so bad that they're so bad at walking.
Yeah.
They're bad. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of birds are really good at flying. The birds that aren't good at flying have no good mode of transportation.
What's worse at moving on the ground? A seal or a bird?
A bird.
But only by a little bit.
Only by a little bit, because seals are pretty bad at moving.
Seals like scoot their like
Come on,
round
have you-
They-
bellies.
yeah.
I can catch a seal, but have you ever tried to catch a chicken?
Well, no, because they can
I've
fly.
caught chickens.
Also, yes, you can catch a chicken.
Yeah,
I've
seals
never
can
caught
fly.
one.
How do you think people serve them to you on a plate? Do you think they wait for them to die?
Do you think they like have a big net? And
Yeah,
hope
they
land?
have a big net gun. They shoot it
They
out.
have
They
like
tangle them up, and then
some
they
quicksand,
snap.
and they catch
snap
'em.
each neck individually. And they whisper a little prayer.
They offer
A last
last unction.
They say, "I'm blessed for this bounty from the earth."
The chicken says that? I'm sorry. Or the machine.
Crack.
The machine does that?
Okay, birds are miserable because they can only fly some of them, and that is it. They can't get around really well any other way. So even though that there is no like density of others trying to move at the same time, aka traffic, they're still like not doing that great when they do move. Also,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever been. Raise your hand if you've been pooped on by a bird.
Ahoy!
Okay, we've all three raised our hands, but that's the thing. Raise your hand if you've been peed on by a bird.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
You don't know because their poo poo and pee pee looks the exact same.
It's the same, huh?
It's only the same, so that's sad. That's super sad.
Is there really only one hole in a bird?
That I don't know, but I can promise you that the little excrement is just one thing. There's no distinction between their poo poo and their pee pee. That is so sad.
It's just their waste.
That's
Yeah.
so sad. Could you guys imagine if you only
Oh,
had
man.
one form of excrement?
If I'm a bird, no, I can't imagine. If I'm a bird, if I'm like, let's say an owl, and I'm using the restroom and I'm at a toilet.
Yeah.
And there's 2 options for flush, and that's
Which
one
do
for
you
solid
push?
and one for liquid.
Owls. That was a bad example to pick because they throw up those weird globs that you
Pellets.
dissect.
Pellets.
Sure,
You
so that-
dissect
I know.
those.
So
So
a pellet-
they've
But
got
they
a
also
third.
poo-poo and
Yeah.
pee-pee. Or, I mean, they don't.
Actually-
Or I don't know. See, I'm confused.
I know what you're saying. I won't hold that against you.
Thanks, Nikki.
Yeah.
The pellet thing is actually a whole debate, and that is
Thanks
like,
for bringing that up.
Should there be a third button on the toilet for pellets?
Right. So birds are they're pretty miserable because, like, the society wasn't really designed with them in mind.
You ever dissect your own pellet?
Yeah.
My vomit.
Take her out.
I always find vole bones.
Ooh, there's a lemming in here. Okay, fair enough. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What is the hardest part of being a parent? What's like the hardest time of parenting?
Parrot or parent?
Parent. Parroting. That's funny.
The hardest part of parenting I can imagine is when you
No, like what
realize-
age are your kids when it's most difficult to parent them?
Repeating myself like over and over,
Right.
because of what I've been heard from
When
like,
they
other
molt.
humans.
When they molt. So, okay, adolescents, they're teenagers.
Are we talking
right?
parrots?
Parent.
Oh, I still hear parrots.
I'm still
We're talking
hearing
about birds today.
Parent.
Okay, so I hate only being able to say the things that I've heard my master say.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, the hardest time to parent is when your kids are teens. I know that because I've worked with teens.
Why, 'cause you've been a
They're
parent?
getting in trouble. No, I talk to them. They're like, oh, things are so hard. I wish my kid was just like a baby again when they're cute.
And
Raising teenagers is hard. You guys have worked with teens, right? They're difficult.
Yeah.
They are expensive.
yeah, I
They have
was
lot
a
of
teacher
needs.
until I wasn't a teacher.
I was
Yeah.
a teenager.
Yeah, and you were a terror, right?
I was
You
pretty
know what they
good
say?
boy.
Teenagers and 2-year-olds, put them in a bag. What's the difference?
Put them in a bag, drown them.
Yeah, so it's hard to raise a teen. It's the most difficult part of parenting, and it makes parents upset. Have you ever seen a teenage bird?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Actually,
No.
eagles go live until 25.
Yeah.
And then they molt, and if they don't molt and change, then they will die at 25. Otherwise, they live to 50.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, are we talking about
birds? You've seen baby birds.
human years or dog years?
Bird years.
Oh,
You've seen
okay.
baby birds. You could identify a baby bird.
Yeah.
You've seen adult birds. Have you ever seen a bird and you're like, that's a teenage bird?
I actually have.
Okay, then prove it.
Okay, well, I mean, a nest.
Not a bird that was 15 years old, like this macaw that this guy in Michigan is carrying around and
Sure.
harassing your wife with is
Okay.
15.
Okay, a nest fell from a balcony onto my little balcony.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And so there was a bird, that's the thing is he wasn't a baby. He was definitely like starting to molt, but like was a little scared to fly. And so I kind of pushed his little nest over to his little corner where he was.
Yeah.
And he was boo-booing all over the steps. But then I
Are
really...
you a teenager?
I really wanted to kind of give him a nudge off the balcony to see if he would fly, but I was like, I can't watch him crash and burn.
Right.
And I came out one day and he was gone.
Wow.
But there was no residue of his little smashed body down below, so he must have flown off. So I really think that that's a teen bird.
No, I think they move directly from baby to adult. That's what you saw. That's what the molting process
Oh, I
is.
see. So
But that's a teenage. They're
not
shedding their...
necessarily like teen by nature, but or not necessarily teen by age, because
No.
birds can be teenage birds.
Yes, you
Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm talking about like the general demeanor. Yeah,
They don't go through that phase.
no, they don't. They go from baby to grown up.
And they're happy like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you don't have to raise a teen. You don't have to teach them to drive. You don't have to help them
You
figure
gotta
out what their
teach 'em to
career path would
fly.
be. No, you don't. You push them out and they figure it out.
And then they're on their
You
own.
don't do that to a teenager, right? You have to sit in the car and you have to push the imaginary brake from
I mean,
the driver's side, and
kinda
then you have to
like
yell at
that
them when they
to
back
me.
into Ryan Elanius' car.
Okay.
You pay
okay.
for it.
Okay, big guy. You okay?
I don't want.
They kind of run teen years.
Nick
hard
backed
time.
his car into Ryan Elaney's car.
On top of it.
I backed my car into my dad's car.
One time when I was like 8, I shifted my dad's car into neutral, and it rolled down the hill into a fence.
And birds don't have to deal with this garbage.
I know. Again, the mobility issue. Okay.
Wow, fair enough. And they also don't have to worry about cars.
Here's another thing
Traffic.
about birds. Singers are happy, right?
Yeah.
You ever meet an old man who's like whistling a little ditty like up the thriller blueberry hill,
Oh,
right? And you're
okay.
thinking, oh, what a happy old man. He lived through the Depression and he knows how to be thankful for things.
Right.
Birds sing.
You're making a lot of good points, but I will say this. Singing is not always an indication of doing well.
Right. Why does the caged bird sing? Because he's really upset. Period.
That's the whole book.
Maybe they just have healthy coping mechanisms.
Right. But that
Well,
doesn't
think-
mean they're happy.
Think about Elliott Smith.
Yeah, he stabbed himself because he didn't know how to sing.
He was a good singer.
No, he was an okay singer.
I don't know who that is.
He identified
You
with
know.
sad people.
No.
I feel like you would like him.
I would like to raise another point.
Who's the Billie Irish of like 2002?
Billie Irish. You're thinking of Billie Eyelash.
Oh, Billie Eilish, thank you.
So, did you know that geese mate for life?
No.
Cute.
Yeah, and that's why they're miserable. Look around our society, okay?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. How many people, raise your hand if you know a lot of divorced people. Both of my hands are up, okay? So yeah, people aren't happy because they mate for life. That's why they get divorces.